My name is Mike Brostoff. I was born the youngest of 4 kids. When I was very young, I received attention unconditionally. Even if I didn't want it, I got it. Consequently, I developed unrealistic expectations of the rest of the world. I was the kid in class who asked a million questions and who always wanted to share every cognition about the material. I always was jealous anytime someone received more attention than myself. If someone didn't give me the attention I expected, then I considered it a rejection. Finally, at the age of 30, I realized I would never get the attention from the rest of the world that I was looking for. So in order to satiate my appetite, I've decided to host my own show on Community Access, where for an hour or half hour, a couple times a month, I am the center of attention. Hi, welcome to the Center of Attention, and we are live again tonight. And again, I have on Rob Reinhardt and Kelly Wright,
Hello.
both from IQB.
Hello.
On the morning shows, and originally Joan Sylvie was supposed to join us too.
Joan
she
has
couldn't
a
make it.
special spy mission down in Nicaragua right now, and she unfortunately couldn't make it back. So.
Well, thanks for speaking for her.
Oh, of course.
But she may call us from Nicaragua.
From Nicaragua, live from Nicaragua.
And tell us how things are going.
I love the opening of your show.
Well, thank you, Rob.
Yeah,
I've now seen it, the 3 times that we've been here, or the 3 times I've seen it. It really is. It's just terrific.
Well, thanks.
And the only problem is that your hair in the young shots, it looks very sad. So at what point did you get this hair thing done?
I got the hair done back in October.
Oh, okay, all right. I thought maybe it was at a very, very young age.
It looks like,
well, you can get new type of toupees that can grow hair, spontaneously grow, like chia pets.
Chia
exactly. I cannot get this toupee right. I got it right for one show, and it's the best I've seen it look, and it's kind of this state that I'm trying to achieve, and I can't do it. It's always flat on one side.
I always think you should kind of go for the Andy Warhol kind
bangs.
of effect. Well, not necessarily bangs. I think you should just shake it. Just shake the hell out of it and then just put it on your head.
That does kind of look neat sometimes.
Kind of everywhere.
I shouldn't comment. I won't comment on hair. But we're gonna those who have it, those who have
Look at my
I have it now, Rob.
Hair.
Right now, I have it.
Okay.
So, anyway, do either of you want to talk about what we're going to talk about tonight?
Songs.
We're going to talk about
tonight.
songs.
Yeah. Call us as often as possible.
Right,
have to call
exactly.
us.
Put up the live queue.
And queuing.
And
No, as far as just bad songs, basically along the lines of what were they thinking when they wrote this, but some of these songs that we have selected for this evening's listening pleasure have made money, and
big money.
Big,
right.
huge
Serious
money,
money.
and nobody knows why. I mean, why?
And if you can tell us why, feel free to call us on the number that I believe is on the screen now.
Yeah.
And let us know, because we're going to play you little samples, right?
exactly.
Okay. And then you can call us up and tell us what on earth were they thinking.
Yeah,
when they
we'd
made these
appreciate it.
songs. So.
Or what you think of the songs, too. Let's not forget that. And I think that might be a little bit more interesting.
Sure.
A lot of these are from the 70s, too. Songs from
Gee.
Very interesting
some of our
period.
youth.
Yes, and
Very interesting
Some
period
of our
in hit
youth.
music. That's right.
So,
Some of us who are not in the X gen.
I never,
Yes.
you
Well,
keep saying they're my people. I don't
They
have
are
any
your
people.
people,
They are
Kat.
not my people. I don't have any people personally, and I don't claim to be the leader of any particular group.
Well, I'm sure you'll connect with many of the songs we have this evening.
at least find what's funny about them. The first song we'll go to is one I selected. It's one I remember very well. It's from 1975. It's called Run, Joey, Run. And I guess we'll just go ahead and play it, bring it up, and let you guys hear for yourself what the song's about. We get to hear the Angels playing the beginning. So, make sure.
Daddy, please don't. It wasn't his fault. He means so much to me. Daddy, please don't. We're gonna get married. Just you wait and see.
Every night, the same old dream. I hate to close my eyes. I can't erase the memory, the sound of Julie's
Feel the
cry.
emotion, folks.
Yeah.
She called me up late that night. She said, Joe, don't come over. My dad and I just had a fight, and he stormed out the door. I've never seen him act this way. My God,
This is the
he's
dramatic
going
part.
crazy.
Yeah, right
He
here.
says he's gonna make you pay for what we've done. He's got a gun, so run, Joey, run, Joey, run.
Now, had you ever heard that before?
She's pretty torn
Okay,
up.
we'll talk and give her.
Have I ever heard this song? Yes, I've heard this song
Oh, you
before.
did?
In '75, I was 7 years old.
Right.
I remember I had an aunt who was quite fond of this tune. And even at 7, the worldwide perception of being 7 years old, I thought, what a stupid song.
What were
when I
you
was
thinking
7.
for liking it?
I liked it because it was weird. I knew it was weird back then, and I liked it. I mean, the one thing that just struck me is that little girl that sings the chorus sounds like she was Kelly's age at the time, about 7 years old. No wonder why the father's so pissed off. You know, this like guy who sounds like he's in his 20s is going after
this
like
7-year-old, 9-year-old.
9-year-old.
And see, when I heard it, that's exactly what I thought. I'm like,
This is
what
so
is she
weird.
interested? That's an old guy. He's an old guy.
It's kind of strange also that now 20 years later, it was 75?
Yeah.
All right, so 20 years later, the big dramatic part is that he's got a gun.
Right.
Oh, no, and now it's there are more guns in this country than people, so
Yeah.
who
Right.
cares, right?
So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead. We got calls. Let's go ahead and
On
take
that
them.
song?
Center of attention.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Let's see. I was just watching this, and do you guys play songs or?
Yes, we'll take your request, sir. What is it?
Yes, what would you like to hear?
As long as they fall into the 12 requests we have for tonight, we'll take
We
them.
brought very few with us, but we may have
If you
yours.
have within 12, it's strange songs.
We may have yours. Think
Do you have
positive.
any Dr. Demento?
Any Dr. Demento?
No, but you brought that up,
We'll try
Kelly,
to.
but we didn't.
Yeah, we were trying to stay away from the parody songs because parody songs were written to be funny. As far as what we're playing this evening are strictly songs that when people wrote them, they were quite serious about
Right,
them.
like Run, Joey, Run. Maybe that was based on a true story. What did you think of Run, Joey, Run?
It was interesting.
To say the least.
Well, thanks for your call, though.
Okay,
Yeah,
thanks.
thanks.
Bye-bye.
Let's see, do we have a call? I think the next call hung up. Nope. Yeah, they hung
It's
up.
Tone Man.
But one thing I wanted, what do you guys think happens at the end of Run, Joey, Run? Well, you might remember. Can you, Andy?
I really didn't remember the song at all.
I don't remember.
Okay, try to
I
project
assume
the
that nobody
ending.
gets shot and they run off and are happily married.
See, but I'd kind of
No.
like the
somebody does
Sam
get shot.
Peckinpah
Guess who?
ending to it. Joey
Guess-
gets shot.
No.
The dad gets shot.
The kid gets
The little
Of
girl
course,
gets
the
shot.
little girl gets shot. And guess how she dies?
Probably from a gunshot wound.
No,
I imagine, so.
she dies singing, "Daddy, please don't. It wasn't his fault." And then she fades off in the middle of the harmony. That's her last words. "Daddy, please don't." And then the angels come in at the end, going, "Ah."
This was like
Jeez.
this was like a #1 hit, right?
Right, it was a big hit, but it was.
I guess
a
it really
weird
just
song.
struck home with some people.
Yeah.
What was our next song?
Next song is Paul Anka's.
Oh, this is a classic.
This is a
one,
classic.
this one.
Everyone, I think, hates this song. In fact, I'd want someone to call who says they like it.
Yeah, right. If anybody really likes this
Likes
and
the
identifies
song.
with it, give us a call. This was right in the middle of the upsurge of the women's.
Right, exactly.
My baby. What a lovely way of saying how much you love me.
Everybody.
Having my baby. What a lovely way of saying what you're thinking of me.
Please.
I can see it. Your face is glowing.
This is really bad.
I can see it in your eyes. I'm happy in knowing that you're having my baby.
Ooh, they got the breathy background.
You're the woman I love, and I love what it's doing to you.
Well, that was 1974.
Well,
Right, 1974, Summer of.
Wow. You know, actually now I hear that song a whole different light, having recently been married, and I could see myself singing that to my young
You're
wife.
I could
enlightened.
see, Susan stabbing a pencil in your neck at the same time.
I can see that too.
I just love that one lyric, the seed inside you, I see it growing. There's something poetic about that.
Yeah, poetic. A little licky and kind of poetic.
We don't have...
It's got a hook. It's a nice beat. You can dance to it.
That was a #1 hit.
Yes, I know,
For,
yeah.
I mean,
A
weeks
couple
and
months.
weeks
For a
and weeks.
Yeah.
long time.
And it's amazing that was, too. And do you remember the other thing that was weird about that song is that woman who sang like a robot that accompanied him, it would go, having your baby, I'm the woman you love. You know?
She was into it.
Right.
She sure was.
It probably got her all, juiced up and said, just stand in front of the mic and just sing it. We know how much you hate it, but
Yeah.
just sing it.
Did anybody call and like it?
Anybody call who likes having my baby? No,
And can
no one-
explain, the magic of the song? Because I mean, we
Oh,
do
there
have
was a call. We're not getting to see these. Okay. Center of attention.
Yes, this question is for Rob Reinhardt. I was wondering where you get your material for your morning show.
We really don't.
Is this a setup? Is this a setup? So like then I'll say, well, I don't really get material for the morning show. And you're gonna say, well, you should get material for your morning show. Is it that setup?
No, I was just wondering.
Oh, okay. Good. No, all right. As long as it wasn't that setup.
Okay.
A lot out of the Ann Arbor News and whatever. Actually, callers. A lot of callers. People like you, sir.
Okay, and also I'd like to say hi to my friend Mike and his girlfriend named Barquita.
Hi.
Hi, Mike.
You want us to say hi to him too?
Yeah.
Hi, Mike. Hi,
Hi,
Marquita.
Marquita.
All right, thanks.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Okay.
So great. Thanks
Yeah,
for calling.
no
we
comments
forgot
about-
to ask him about having a baby. Do we
Paul
have?
Anka.
Yeah, we're gonna need a screener there after all. So, but I guess we should just go to our next
Yeah,
song.
sure.
Why not?
Guess what I left at home? My list.
Oh, I see.
Here we go. Oh, this is a good one. The one song that
listen
has
closer.
the telephone call. Did you
There's
ever
a
hear this song?
telephone call right in the middle of it. Here it is.
I like the dialing.
I think we've all made a call like this one.
Gee, I hope he's home.
Oh,
Baby, I'm home. I've got something to tell you.
I think it's Superfly on the other end of the phone.
Oh, yes. It was so beautiful. Let me tell you how it started.
You can hear the rain.
Yeah,
Well, I
in the
know it's
background.
rain, but the first time I heard that.
Frying bacon.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
the first time I heard it, I wasn't exactly sure what it was. It's like, I'll tell you how it started, and then this kind of gush of
She's
water.
cooking. Listen to what I'm cooking.
You know, it's funny. We'll hear another song like
Huge
this.
hit. Huge hit.
Was that really a huge hit?
Huge
I remember it. I remember
Yeah.
this was the time I started liking pop radio. I was 10 years old, 1972, and it was popular this summer
Yeah.
of 72.
Yeah.
And this was one of my first impressions. And even being 10 years old, I thought this is a really bizarre song to have a phone call in the middle of the song like that.
Huge hit.
Yeah.
That was the 72. That would have been the summer of the Super Q. You were in Detroit. You would have been about 4.
Four.
I was
Yeah.
4, and
Never mind.
I have to.
For
Radio
those who
was
remember,
not on the top of my list.
for those who remember WDRQ out of Detroit, that was
Yeah.
a big Super Q hit.
Yeah.
Bill Bailey, Summer of the Super Q.
Dating yourself.
Long
The
time ago.
walking in the rain. But it's funny, and we'll hear a couple more like this. A lot of these musics are music.
musics?
musics. I'm trying to say songs.
Ah.
Okay.
A lot of these songs from the 70s. A lot of these songs from the 70s sound like porno soundtracks.
A little
like
bit.
this.
Yeah, I was going to
exactly.
say
Yes,
that.
they do.
I was going to say,
Yes, they do.
people
It's,
nowadays pay good money to have a phone call like that, one way or the other. Either calling in or.
Anyway, let's hear what the caller on line 1 has to say. Center of attention.
Yeah, Rob and Kelly, glad to really enjoy your show in the morning.
Oh, good.
Just kind of it's more toward Kelly. Wondering if you're going to get your own show in the future. In fact, I've won tickets in the past. I could walk in the door and you're jack of all trades, sweeping the floor or handing out the tickets or doing whatever.
Yeah, I do a little bit of everything. There's really no plans right now for me to have my own show.
But you never know.
As far as on IQB.
But you two, they have the bigger, I don't know, won't mention any other stations, but they don't have the quality programming I don't think that you have, even in the bigger city. So, you know, you're more geared up to the Ann Arbor area and the
Yeah.
people, and I'm glad just keep it up.
Well, thank you. Thanks
thank
for
you so
calling.
much. Thank you.
Appreciate the call.
What do you think about that song?
Yeah, what do you think about the song?
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, he's gone.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
well.
all right.
You know, that's the one thing about when you guys come on. Talk about being the center of attention. I really feel left out. Everybody comes on and starts talking about how much they like your show, and I'm like
That'd be
sitting there
nice.
going,
That's
"That's really nice." So I have a request. This is my show. I'm the center of
Oh,
attention.
no.
Don't call and compliment them. Talk about the songs. They have their own show. 2 hours every morning. You
Four,
can call
actually,
it.
yeah. It would be
four.
4 hours
It would be
every
four.
morning. And
4
then
hours every morning.
Kelly has her own show for another 4 hours.
Right. Another
on
station,
our
that's
sister
right.
You should
station.
have told.
Our sister
you should have
station.
told him that. Actually.
Oh, tell him now.
Well,
It's
we
not
did-
like
we
he's
should
just
be
disappeared.
listening.
Well, we have a sister
Unless I scared
station,
him
and
away.
I do. It's not on the FM; it's on the AM station, AM 1290. It's WAMX, and I am the 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. host for that show. And it's a great eclectic choice of music. So if you're looking for kind of something different, that would be the place to be. AM 1290, WAMX.
So, do we have a call online too? Well, let's just check it. Center of attention. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey. So, what did you think of the 3 songs we've played so far?
For me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
Well, I'm actually not supposed to be on the air. I'm trying to call somebody at the station.
Your pizza will be
Oh,
there. Your pizza's coming, sir.
It'll be there any minute, sir.
Just another,
Well, is
10
there,
minutes.
is there anything?
It wasn't that clip of Georgie Girl they have like the horror movie matched up to, was it?
No, I'm not playing that. I once did that. I edited scenes from.
It wasn't
Night
that
of Living-
Mrs. Brown, You've Got a Lovely Daughter, is it?
No,
No.
that's not it. This
No.
is really strange stuff.
Ah.
You should tune it on, and maybe you'll hear some more strange songs.
Well,
We've got some good ones
if,
coming up.
If you want to cable me in the phone booth, that'd be cool.
You're in a phone booth. And what phone booth are you in now, sir?
I'm at the Michigan Union trying to
Okay.
get in touch with the staff, and as we see, it's not working.
No,
Okay.
yeah, but
Okay.
if it's not there in 30 minutes, it's
We'll
free.
send an emergency crew out to you right away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, sorry you didn't get a hold of staff. Bye-bye.
Staff, answer your phone.
Okay. Center of attention. Thanks.
Hey, Mike, how you doing? This is Dave here.
Okay.
Hi, Dave.
Hello, Mike.
Yes. Oh, hi, Dave. How are you doing?
Oh, not too bad. Enjoying the show.
That's great. What did you think of these songs? I'm sure you have some good input.
Well, in '75, I was listening to mostly soul music, so I'm not too much into that particular stuff. But what I caught about it was there's some songs about 65, 64. They're coming to take me away, hee hee ha ha, and Leader of the Laundromat or Leader of the Pack. You have any comments on that?
Those are the Dr. Demento
Oh,
songs.
those
Yeah,
are the Dr. Demento.
in a sense.
Well,
yeah.
part of that, we're those songs, some of those that you're talking about were meant to be weird. So we're looking for songs that were really trying to be serious, but ended up being very weird.
Okay.
So that's
Well,
kind of
it'll
what we're
probably be
looking
subjective, because, like you said, if there's a lot of, if they made a lot of money, then there's a lot of weird people.
Oh, there are a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Thanks a lot.
Thank
for.
you.
Okay, thanks for
Thanks.
calling, Dave. Okay, why don't we go ahead and go for the next song, and let's see what it is. Oh, this is your
yeah.
song.
Right.
This was kind of meant to be weird.
This was a huge hit.
Yeah.
Harry Nilsson.
Yeah.
Brother bought a coconut, he bought it for the time. His sister had another one, she paid it for the lime. She put the lime in the coconut, she drank and poured up. She put the
What
lime
was he
in
What
the
thinking?
was
coconut,
Harry
she
doing?
drank and poured up. She put the lime in the coconut, she drank and poured up. She put the lime
Ran
in
out
the
of words.
coconut, she called the doctor, woke him up and said, Doctor, ain't there nothing I can take? I said, Doctor, to relieve this bellyache. I said, Doctor, ain't there nothing I can take? I said, Doctor,
Could it be drugs?
relieve this bellyache.
Who's to
Now
say?
let me get this straight. Put the lime in the coconut, you drank and poured up. Put the lime in the coconut, you drank and poured up. Put the lime in
I mean,
the
it
coconut,
very easily
you drank
could
and
have
poured up. Put the lime in
Island
the
Killer.
coconut, you called the doctor.
Well, this is that time when he was hanging out with John Lennon and they were getting tossed out of bars. No, seriously, they
okay.
were all hanging out together.
Okay.
They were getting thrown out of bars for.
Yeah, I see. To me, in a way, Rob, this doesn't count because it was meant to be weird.
I don't know though. I mean, it's a good song. It's a fine
It
song.
is fun. I really like
You know,
the
it's
melody
just-
to it too.
It just,
But it was just-
what on earth were they thinking?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
So.
Take your call.
Okay, let's take the call. Hello.
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 How are you guys doing tonight?
Good. We're doing well. And yourself?
We're doing well.
What I think about that song, it's like in a weird way, it's nice, but in the other way, it's kind of weird, you know?
So it sounds like it's weird from both ways.
That sums it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
All you have to do is the lime and the coconut.
And drink it both up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what do you
Is that
think?
what the? I'm sorry, Robert.
Yeah.
Is that what the lyric actually says?
Yeah,
Drink them
something like
both
that.
up. I
Yeah,
always think
yeah.
drink them all.
I thought it was drink it all up.
Drink it all up. Whatever.
Oh, I guess
Both
it's
or
not
all.
that critical of a difference. So.
Oh no, Paul is
I
dead.
have
I am the
both.
walrus. Oh God.
But I mean, I have no idea what Harry was thinking at that
Yeah.
point, and until he wrote that song.
Caller, are you still there?
Nope.
Nope. I guess
Okay.
not.
Slipped away.
Let's take line 2. I wonder if we'll get staff again.
Catch you later. Yep.
Hello, center attention. Whoops, we had someone there, but they hung up. Anyway, why don't we go for the next song? The next song I'm going to introduce. This song was a song that I absolutely loved when it was popular. It's called "Wake Up and Love Me." I don't know why.
This is
This is a really strange song, but I loved it. It was
And it will
popular
give you-
spring of '74, and I've never heard it since then
This
until
will give
now.
you real insight into your host.
Okay.
Real insight.
Notice the
it's that 70s bass line.
yeah.
Funky.
Sleep, baby. Sleep.
This is great.
You deserve it.
Another
Just
porno
close your
soundtrack.
eyes.
Basically.
Listen.
You're really something. So smooth. Strong. And together.
How old were
They
you?
say it
Parents
won't
must
work,
have loved you. Yeah, listen to
but
this.
it's never been better.
Listen to this.
You're 21 and I'm 34. Sleep, baby, sleep. What I feel I can't ignore. Sleep, baby, sleep. Everything I need so bad. Sweetest love I've ever had. Love so good it just can't be bad. Sleep, baby, sleep.
So after she's telling him to sleep, she gets
Well-
impatient, and then it goes to the end of the song.
Oh,
And-
that's right. Yeah.
Wake up,
She gets too impatient.
wake up.
She just wants
and love
to
me, baby.
Well, how old were you when this song was out?
12.
Hormones were raging in you. That's for sure. Ooh, the whole thought of some older woman just coming and taking you by the hand
Wait,
was
Now
probably...
she's saying that she's 21.
No,
He's 21.
He's 21. She's 34.
34.
Right. It's kind of a bizarre first line.
Well, it's...
But if you're
I
12
guess-
years old, I mean, you know,
I don't know. It just really. Well, you know what? Well, here's
it's either
even.
that or Penthouse Forum.
Or National Geographic. grabbing-
But do you want to know what the real bizarre thing? What it reminds me of? Now this is where I'll totally lose you guys. Is in science class we hatched chicks from eggs in the incubator, and we got to see it happen. And a lot of us got to take home these little chicks, which of course died for most of the people because they don't not
What a
meant to live
sad
in little
story.
hamsters' cage. Well, that's why it's touching. And the one I had got a broken neck, and we put a little.
Well, did someone tell you not to
Cast
shake it
around.
like that?
And it was laying there, so I still get this image of this little chick we had laid out with this neck cast on. I told you it was a really bizarre story, but that's why it still touches me. Well, I figured it's appropriate for the
I
song.
was just gonna ask you what you're sitting there going,
Well,
like you understand.
Well,
that.
no, I don't. I'm just thinking, how the heck can I get away from this guy without causing any harm to myself?
Folks, we would have gotten up. We would have gotten up and left, 35, 40 seconds ago. But we got these wires.
We've got,
here.
they've wired us in.
Anywhere.
We can't leave. And you've got me closest to this man.
On
Rob, I'm frightened.
purpose.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
I figured I would
In the
tell
age
us
of
to-
interactive television, which is coming, you're going to have to deal with him
This
on a
guy.
nightly basis. Well, that's really. I
Think
can
about
see
it.
how that.
Mike, I
song
see
does-
it traumatized you. I understand.
Hey,
That's
they're
fine.
cutting us off and going right to
Good.
This song makes a great karaoke song to do like lounge versions. I do this all the time in lounge.
This is a sound.
Loungy.
I think I put the sound effects in.
Yes, I heard him.
These are the sounds of muskrats.
Or or sounds that they think muskrats
Here.
sound like.
This is, by the way, the only example of synthesized muskrats that
You'll ever find. This one.
What's a muskrat? It's a
it's
rodent.
a rat that's really musky.
It's a water-dwelling rodent
yeah,
of some sort.
No, this song.
And when they love, it's a beautiful thing.
It
Yeah,
is.
they make those sounds.
Muskrat
they make
Susie,
those sounds.
Muskrat Sam, they touched me here. They have it.
They
They're
do
a part.
the jitterbug down in Muskrat.
They're a part of my life. This song, every time, I probably karaoke 2 or 3 times a year at the most. But this is one that I've always done every time I'm there. It's like Muskrat Love and a couple other songs.
Oh, we gotta tell them who it is. It was
But-
Captain and Tennille.
Captain and Tennille, by the way.
And then America did a cover of this song. For what reason, I don't know. At that time, when they were considered, like a legitimate band, and then they did a cover of this, and their career went down the tubes.
Gee, I wonder.
Completely
I
doomed
wonder
after
why.
this song.
But no, this song has always amazed me. The first time I heard it, I'm thinking they're singing about rodents and Muskrat Susie and Muskrat Sam. I'm sorry, they muskrats eat dead fish under docks in marinas. They don't have little tables and they don't go out dancing. And
They don't.
They share their little fish from the ducks. Did I tell you that I met the guy who wrote Muskrat Love?
He didn't have like a little chicken. broken neck.
I shared my story. We really connect. No, my friend's boyfriend in New York had a loft, and he shared it with a photographer who was taking pictures of the guy who wrote Muskrat Love. He had one of those. I mean, this would fit. He had a cowboy hat and one of those ties that have the topaz. You know what I'm
bolo
talking
ties.
about?
Bolo
What,
ties.
is that what they're called? Okay. Anyway, so he had to get him drunk to get him real comfortable, and so my 2 female friends were with me, and we were like, "Guess what? The muskrat guy who wrote it is right there." And they'd walk by, and he'd kind of like try to flirt with them, and
Did he go?
yeah, that's what I was about to say.
It's a real turn on. So I'm told.
Anyway, why don't we take the calls? Hopefully, no one's going to bring up this chicken. Okay, center of attention. What do you think of the song so far?
What are you guys talking about?
Where did you come in?
yeah, which part did you come in on?
I just turned it on and I'm just so confused. What is this show about?
Strange songs, but actually, if you picked it up, we've turned it into a nature show. So
Oh my God, you could be fooling people out there. I don't know what the question is because I don't know what this is all about.
The question would be, what do you think about Captain and Tennille's song Muskrat Love?
I just fell over and it's just amazing. I want the album.
You what?
I want the album.
You do, yeah.
You
Well,
do.
the album version's a lot better.
Well, it probably only comes in the album, right? Not a CD. I just wanted to make a remark. Whatever, carry on.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Hello?
Domino's? Can I get a medium pizza?
Yes, what can I get for you?
What?
Did you want that with extra sausage and, right?
Yeah.
2 items.
As for Muskrat?
That's right. Yeah.
Pop with that,
That's right. Double muskrat, and it'll be there in 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thanks for calling.
Yep.
Weasel!
The chick on the side. It's a risk. It's my show. I can take that risk and share an interpersonal minute. Okay. Why don't we go to the next one? I think the next one is actually more related to a chick. Is this Shannon? What's the next song? Play it. Oh, here in a second.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
Shannon.
see, this is like a dying chick. Okay. I want to just sing it. Go on. Yeah.
Another day's at end.
This is my favorite song.
Mama
Was it really? Are you kidding?
she's tired again.
I mean,
I was one of those kind of
No one
winded
can
lads.
so was I. You heard the
You
song
were
I
a
like.
fancy lad, weren't you?
No, it's just, I would.
Oh, this is
It would
beautiful.
bring on that melancholy.
Yeah. Well, actually, when I heard it, I had to admit it, it still like has that little thing that's like this, it's like a Waltons episode.
Yes,
Oh,
that's right.
God, guys.
Listen to it.
Plus, it is the best Beach Boys ripoff that there has ever been. Listen, Brian Wilson, what do you think?
It does,
Big
once you
time,
said it,
yeah.
it does sound like him. But it's such a different context. You're talking about like some country folk talking about I guess live on the ocean, just drifting out of it.
Country folks, great,
River.
children out by the ocean.
Something.
Oh, I don't know.
Don't-
Henry Gross.
Oh, okay.
Right. I'm sorry, I don't remember this song.
Yeah,
And I think I'm much more stable for it.
I have another bizarre anecdote to share with that, but I think I'll save that. I think I'll save this one.
Thank
It was
you, Rob.
about a dog.
How do we know it was Doug?
I don't know. I
always assume-
read it.
Why not a
Because I was so
horse?
into the song, I found out everything I could about it. I don't know. I must have read it
really?
in
You did?
Newsweek or something. But it was about a dog.
An Irish setter?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Isn't it like
Shannon.
seriously though? Isn't it like a Waltons episode?
Yeah, sure.
You know, it just reminds me of that. You know, but what happened to the dad? You know, if Daddy was around, he'd be the one to tell her. You know, who knows? The dad died too. Maybe he was drifting out. That's why
Drifting out to
Shannon
sea.
went
Out to
out.
sea.
That's right.
Shannon went out
After
looking for
the
the
dad.
dag.
That's right.
Okay, let's take our phone calls. Hello.
Yes, first of all, I'd like to compliment you. I love all the songs. I think they're awesome.
Oh, okay.
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 And second of all, Mike, I love what you've done with your hair. But Rob, I can't say much about yours.
Yeah, well, I can't fault you for making that comment.
And I'd like to say, keep playing the monkey.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes.
Where did she come from?
What?
Where did she come from?
I don't know where he came from. What do you think of the songs of previous caller? I think?
Who
Yeah.
knows?
What do you think of the
topic
songs so
weird
far?
songs? Weird songs. Is this the topic tonight?
Yes.
Yeah, strange songs, yeah.
And these songs that I'm hearing are like love songs almost. Whatever happened to like the wah-wah guitars and the sitars? That would make a weird
music.
song.
You mean just like
You
musically
mean strange
weird?
music weird?
Yes.
Well, I think the Beatles took care of a lot of the sitar sounds.
The Beatles, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, they supposedly were serious, but most of the songs were pretty weird.
Yeah, I suppose one could argue that.
Well, I think it was a lot. had to
They
do
sort of
with
covered
that.
everything.
Right. Yeah, they kind of like took care of it, but I think they were more along the lines of experimenting with sounds instead of trying to come up with their lyrics were pretty astute as
Yeah.
compared to some of the other songs that we're playing this evening.
Oh, I don't know. Wake up and love me, baby. put that next to any Lennon
I think
McCartney
the
combination.
Beatles were covering more ground as far as experimenting with different sounds and techniques.
It's funny that these people would choose to express some of the things they're expressing, like a little girl complaining to her dad not to kill her boyfriend, and a dog that's drifting out to sea. There's
And
just
remember
something.
that most of these songs made big money.
Yeah.
They were.
That's the amazing thing. I mean, nobody.
Right.
I think mostly because they sounded good.
Yeah.
I don't think people really sat and listened to them.
And
Because
paid
I think if they
attention to
had,
lyrics.
I mean, if they were driving down the street
Yeah,
and they, in
Yeah.
1974, and they were listening to "Wake Up, Love Me, Baby," and you know what people do in the car,
Right.
and they're drumming on the dashboard and all that kind of stuff. If they actually stopped and listened, they would go, "Oh my God, what am I listening?"
I think
to?
a lot of people
But
did.
nobody. That's what makes hit record.
Why don't we go ahead? Do you have any other comments?
Yes,
Okay.
Let's go.
Why don't we go ahead and take the next one? The next one I think is you didn't hear that. Well, why don't we go? Because I'm not sure what the next one is. Why don't we go and play it?
Oh,
Departure.
Secret Service makes me nervous. When I am dating, they are waiting to observe us. When I get ready to hold steady for a kiss, he'll plant. The Secret Service makes me nervous, and I can't.
Oh, I forgot my ukulele.
They're always spying.
This is a Mike
No
choice.
denying.
Yeah, that's my choice.
They're
One of his show
always
tunes.
peeping, gumshoe creeping, private eye.
Good song.
It's a great song.
When I'm beginning to give in like a maiden ant, the Secret Service makes me nervous, and I can't.
That was from an Irving Berlin musical from 1961 or 1962 called Mr. President. And again, a really strange thing to make a song out of, especially if you think of what we know about the Secret Service today. I mean, it just wouldn't be as innocent as a couple guys spying
No, they'd
on
wrestle
the
them to the
teenage
ground.
daughter. Teenage daughter. That is one of my all-time favorite weird songs
He's got it
for
on his
musical.
car jam tape,
Yeah, exactly.
You see Mike in Mike in traffic over there on Main Street. He's
Just
in there going,
windows
"That's
down,
Secret
yelling
Service."
Secret Service at the top of his lungs.
The secret. Anyway, we got a call. Hello.
Where do you guys get your music?
We just sort of pick these out
We kind
randomly.
of sat down and talked about it.
Is that like really old?
Well, it depends on what you call really old. How old are you?
20.
It's really
It's
old.
really old.
Yeah, it's really old. The Secret Service is from the early 60s. Most of it is from the 70s when you were just being either conceived or born. So, yeah, it would be kind of unfamiliar to you. But what do you think of it?
What do you think is the weirdest song out now?
I really don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to say hi to Nathaniel and his huge monkey.
Hello, yes.
Okay, let's check it out.
Huge monkey.
Hello.
By the way, that joke was popular 20 years ago too, when I was in Slauson Junior High School, which I'm sure you are too.
Hello.
All right.
Yes, I think there's a lot of weird songs these days, and I was wondering why have you put any of them on your show?
Oh well, we didn't have access to a lot of the weird.
Yeah.
Which ones are you talking about though?
There's this, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, there's this song called, Doo-Doo Brown.
I'm sorry.
Oh, what?
No, I haven't.
Well, it is really weird, I gotta tell you, this is much weirder than any songs you've played on your show.
What was the name of the song again?
Doo-Doo Brown.
It's over.
Haven't heard it.
Okay, sorry.
Wait, I can't believe I can't believe we're getting the cue to wrap up. We're gonna go a little bit longer.
To wrap up where it's 9.
We're gonna go a little bit longer.
Wait a minute.
We were gonna tell that chicken story again.
Wait, I want to get to what's the next song? Play the next song.
Quickly.
Oh, we have to play this song.
This one, Richard Harris.
Oh, the sweet
Oh,
green
man.
icing flowing down.
Someone
The ice
left the cake out in the rain. I don't think that I can take it.
Because it took so long to bake it.
And I'll never have that recipe again.
Oh no!
You know,
That was a
In this
song that I
studio.
thought was
That
like
was
this one of these Tom Jones type of songs,
Yeah.
and it was only until 5 years ago after hearing the song for my whole life that I listened to the lyrics, like you were saying earlier. I go, this is really bizarre.
this is Richard Harris. Go back to Camelot, or just go. And his whole album. I have this album at home, and it's truly, truly bad.
I preferred the Donna Summer remake of Same.
Yes,
From-
I have to admit, I
She
would take Donna Summer over
She
the
did
Richard
about an
Harris
8-minute
version.
disco remake of that song.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
that would.
Yeah.
Wow. Why don't we, since we're
Don't you have the
out
Lord's
of time?
Prayer?
Yes, we got. I think that's next. The
We
Lord's
really ought to
Prayer.
play this.
We have
This
to play
is-
the Lord's Prayer.
Everyone listen to this.
Yeah.
It's
Cable
amazing.
rules be damned.
Especially the beat.
Is that this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen to it. Think of those globes that go around.
Doing that.
Got the lava one.
Can we start flashing the lights in here?
Yeah, exactly. Wait till you hear what they start singing.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
It's religion with a beat.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.
It gets better.
Our Father who art in heaven,
They're
hallowed be
overthinking the
thy
song.
name.
What?
Thy kingdom
Oh, okay.
come,
We're taping.
thy
Oh,
will
yeah.
be done, on earth as it is
Yeah.
in heaven.
Well, let me tell a story
Yeah.
about this. Number one, there was a nun in Australia, Sister Mary Mead or something like that. I forget what her name was. But this is 1974, winter of 74, and this was a real big hit. And what she did, she wanted the children in her convent to get more interested in religion because all they wanted to listen to was rock and roll. So she cut this record for the Lord's Prayer. And
Well, this is the kind of thing that I can see. When was this?
1974.
Again, 1974. But I can see like really unhip Sunday school teachers circa 1980 still rolling this to their kids on Sunday mornings.
Now that you have played that song, I do remember this. I went to Catholic school for 12 years by no choice of my own. And I had a couple of nuns who were just Oh, just in love with that song.
Yeah.
And for music class, you got 30 fourth graders with tambourines and little plastic recorders. Play, okay, music, okay, we're going to do this song again. And here I'm in the back thinking, I want to do Jimi Hendrix. I want to do Purple Haze. And they wouldn't let us do it. So.
Well, I have a couple things too with that is funny. For number one, I grew up Jewish, and all my exposure to Christianity has been through pop media. Like, my understanding of Jesus Christ is from Jesus Christ Superstar. So all the things I've seen in the movies is my image of that. And also,
we are a very musical crew.
and then and then the Lord's Prayer. Whenever people recite it, I hear this melody.
Song.
This is the song, because this is the first time I ever heard the Lord's Prayer was in this song. And it's funny because I remember being sick, and my grandmother was taking care of me, and she hated all the stuff on the radio that I was listening to. It was driving her crazy, and she goes, well, even though this song is not my religion, I can tolerate it.
Well, this is the problem with Vatican II. It created this record.
Anyway,
I'm just glad that Pope J2P2 hasn't brought it back.
We had a couple more. I guess we'll wrap up now. We had a couple more good ones. The best one coming up that we won't be able to hear. Oh, we'll hear it. We'll listen to it. Okay, we got 5 more minutes. Are we live or not? Okay.
Once upon a time, you dressed so fine. You threw the bums of diamonds.
Go, Sebastian!
This is Sebastian Cabot.
People call, say, beware, doll, you're bound to fall. You thought they were all kidding you. Used to laugh about everybody that was hanging out.
It is Mr. French
Winnie the
from
Pooh.
Family Affair.
How you don't seem so proud about having to be scrounging for your next meal. How does it feel?
How does it feel, Sebastian?
How does it feel to be without a home?
Buffy, Jody,
Like
come
a
here.
complete unknown.
Sissy.
Like a
I forgot about
rolling
Sissy, too.
The good-looking one. Sissy.
Yes, it is.
Bob Dylan.
Yes, it is.
Anyway, that takes the...
Hard to tell, though, isn't it?
That one takes a cake that's left out in the rain. That one really...
That's
There was off of an
Yeah.
album called Golden Throats.
Yeah.
There's an album out there called Golden Throats. There's volumes 1 and 2, and there was a time when someone sat down and thought they could take big television stars and have them do music. So it was
Yeah.
William Shatner singing Mr. Tambourine Man, and let's see,
Leonard
Nimoy doing
If I-
Proud Mary.
And If I Had a Hammer.
And If I Had a Hammer, Joel Grey singing White Room by Cream. And I have to admit that Joel Grey, he can sing, but it's a
Can't
lounge.
sing that.
It's a lounge version of White Room, like in a white room with black curtains. I mean, that's exactly what it sounds like. So, it's very. If you get your
awful.
hands, Mae West doing Twist and Shout.
That one was disappointing because it
That-
sounded kind of normal. It didn't sound
Yeah,
that
it could
weird.
have happened.
It could have.
It could have happened.
Yeah,
exactly.
but I mean,
I
still,
was disappointed. I wanted to hear that one.
it's just one of those
The
things.
concept's pretty wild.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Sebastian Cabot reciting
one's
Bob
the best
Dylan, I
one.
think, takes the cake on that.
Especially because even the accompany, it sounds like I don't think of Mr. French. I think of Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I
The
think
voice
of.
over
when-
Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I hear. And he tells it like he told the story of Winnie
Right.
the Pooh.
Back in the 100-acre wood.
How does it feel? When you think of that, when you think of Dylan delivering that line, I mean, that's just. And if you've ever seen him do it live, that's where he just rips into it. I mean, how does it feel?
Right.
How does it feel?
You can see Sebastian with a big old Cuban cigar and a Bordeaux in his hand, just clinically asking you that.
Anyway, we got to wrap it up.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us and calling in and talking about our strange songs. So
Or not.
Or not.
Or not. Yeah.
Fine too.
Anyway, go ahead and roll the music
Everybody wave
and
and
roll
smile.
credits.
Wave and smile. Good night.
This is where I can whip off my toupee.
I think you should. You should. Just take it off.